I am James Wilson. I am known as the Sleep Geek, a man in glasses who knows a lot about sleep. And my role is to sort of help the athletes involved in the project understand themselves as sleepers, and then maybe understand how to get better sleep. So we take into account things like their training routines, who they, as I said, their individual sort of inheritance of sleep from their parents and grandparents, and then things like school, university, work, and how with all these things, how do we create the best sleep we can? We're starting to start the fundamentals of sleep, the sort of like, who are you as a sleeper? How do we understand that? And then how do we push it into our lives around things like training, competition, school, work? So that's where we're starting with the sleep and nutrition, because two things that are most important for recovery, really, sleep and nutrition. They're free if you get them right. So let's go with them. And then we're going to look at things like sleep and training. We'll talk about sleep and events, and hopefully I'll get a chance to come to the games and actually then talk in person around where they're staying, when they're staying within their accommodation. How do we make that accommodation right if we are when we come round to compete in the next big event, which is the Paris Olympics, that hopefully some of them will be going to. And my job with the athletes is around this sort of idea that we're going to the Commonwealth Games, and it's what we would is practicing multi-day events, which a lot of the athletes have not done before. They'll do their own championships, but we'll go in somewhere where there's lots of different sports, lots of different days maybe of competition. Bit of a unique environment, and many sports people do not experience that in their careers up to the point they do. And I think the idea of Team England Future is to introduce what might happen in these sort of big events like the Commonwealth Games, like the Olympics, like big world championships, is really, really important to the athletes, because I think from a sleep point of view, they'll be sleeping in a place that they've not slept before. Really important for an athlete. How do we make that easier? So that's one thing I'm going to be working with them on. They'll be sleeping and actually competing, not just maybe having a day of competition or 2 days competition. For many of them, it might, as they move into their careers, they might be in that village environment for 3-4 weeks and competing in different disciplines or different parts of their discipline over that period. So how do we deal with competition and sleep over maybe an extended period where we've got heats, and then we've got finals, and we've maybe got more than one event? And I think that's something that I'm really interested about this project that we want to get into the athletes, that actually when you're there, what do you do? But also leading up to, how do we build up to a championships, an event that is the pinnacle of the season, and making sure that we're getting our sleep right as maybe we travel the world, or maybe as we're doing qualifying tournaments. So the interesting bit for me is actually that multi-day sort of event. But I think that it's that preparation over the season towards such a big occasion. They want to learn, they want to apply this stuff to their careers. And having been an academy footballer in my sort of teens, and not making it as a footballer and not sleeping well, I understand how important sleep is to giving you the best chance of success in your elite career. Helping the athletes we work with in Team England Futures who are just at that moment where they have the chance to be as successful as they can. Sleep contributes to that, and I love the fact that I get to help them be the best version of themselves.